Callum, 1-1 at home to Curzon Ashton. How do you assess that performance from your lads?
Need to play better, but have done some stuff that's given us a platform in the game to, if we do the next bit, score a second goal, turn good build up, getting into good areas. If we turn that into good chances and opportunities, you will have more opportunities to score. I'll be interested to see how many attempts we've had on goal tonight that never felt like attempts, that they didn't work the goalkeeper. But I do feel like we should be, in terms of performance, coming in here and talking about a 1-0 win. At this level, we cannot concede goals from goalkeepers' clearances, and we can't concede the goals that we've conceded in the opening 3 games. That's the reality. I totally understand that at the start of every season, it can feel like you're on a hide into nothing, and what the expectation becomes. And I think some of it needs to be dealt with a bit more realism. But we wanted more points from the opening 3 games. But I've said to you year after year, the start is the opening 10 or 12 games. Then we'll talk about how we started. But the theme in the 3 games is the manner of the goals. Say what I like about having 10 men on Saturday. Can't concede the type of goal we've conceded. And then that tonight is just a ball forwards, turn around and cut. It can't happen. Can't happen. If we're going to do anything, we can't concede the type of goal we're conceding. So loads of positives, performance, some good individual performances, but I'm frustrated with the result for sure.
After a positive first half display, it was a bit of a body blow, wasn't it? Conceding that early in the second half, and your team didn't really recover in the end.
No, look, firstly, they're well coached and they play and ask you some questions in possession. I thought we didn't get to grips with that in the opening quarter of an hour. Once we did, and we did our own stuff in possession, got some real joy on that left-hand side, got in, and that's what the penalty comes from it. And then, lost our way a little bit in the second period, but if we don't concede, like, Andy Wogan hasn't been worked, has he? He's not been put under the cosh. The ball hasn't, I don't feel like we've been under pressure. I feel like a lot of our out of possession stuff, the ball was in front of us and we were able to keep a good shape and we were in front. But to concede so quickly after half time is part one. But hear me again, it's a clearance. It's a ball forward that it's got to be bread and butter at this level. And we're not dealing with that at the moment. We're not dealing with some of the, not like direct play, but just moments that lack a bit of structure. Now, I look at performance and go, I can come out here and make loads of excuses of stuff that's making it a little bit difficult, stuff that was always going to make it more difficult, less time in the summer, pre-season, putting squad together. I recognise where the squad can be better and areas we need to improve on. I recognise the big differences in terms of performance when certain individuals can create an imbalance. We'll try and find solutions to that. It's a long old season. I saw some stuff tonight for building blocks for a really sort of starting point in possession of creating chances. If we do the next bit and add a bit more quality, we can look a real threat. But I just keep repeating it. It won't matter if we concede goals like that. And the same on the opening day here, and then the same the type of goals we conceded on Saturday.
Pat Jones comes straight into the team. How pleased were you to get that deal over the line?
Yeah, delighted. And that, when I talk about adding players, I can see what the team needs, I can see what the squad needs, and we'll work really hard to add to it. I think some of the expectation of the market we're in is, to be honest, it's nonsense and it's not true, and it just creates another stick to, like, we have this every year, and it'll be, if we don't get off to a good start, the manager's clueless again, we'll get rid. We'll go through the same cycle all the time. I feel like I know what the group needs. Talking on a recruitment front, and in Pat we've added that just proven quality, levels above, pace, dynamic, direct, and we'll try and add to it. But we're still in the market we're in, and just because people can make up numbers of what you've now, the market you're playing in, well, we're not, and we'll try and add to that group. But a frustrating night. I'm frustrated, and I'm under no illusions that I don't think we were great and brilliant, but I don't think we were the other end of the spectrum either. But I think the goal we've conceded is, and that is what's turned 3 points into 1. But we've got, like I said, a big weekend ahead. Need to add to the group and improve. You can't do all that straight away, and you have to wait for the right players and the right moment to become available. And the one thing I regret during the pre-season period, when I've sort of spoke, is not talking enough of how quick the turnaround was from the final whistle at Scunthorpe to the first training session in pre-season. That's the biggest thing I've learned, first time I'd been involved in that, of you've got the same amount of work to do and a lot less time to do it, and you're trying to add to the group, get the group ready. So we're not quite there yet. I don't think we look like the finished article, whether it's players, getting everyone fit, I'm under no illusions, but we know what's required, and let's not pretend that we don't know how to deliver the type of results that are required to get us at the top end of this league.
And South Shields away on Saturday, we know how tough that's going to be. They're the only team left with a 100% record.
I think, the stat you just said there, that's really important, of the margins. So I've said to you before, don't bother with the league table till after game 23, and I won't assess our start till after 12 games. My initial reaction to the fixture list was, we've got a tough start on the road, relish that challenge. And that's why we're so enthused about going to Chorley, always a tough place to go. I think it's like the last 5 champions of this division haven't won in the year they've won the league there, so you know how tough it's going to be. But it's the same when you go to South Shields, it's tough, and it'll be the same at Worksop, and then we go to Fylde, with the away fixtures. So we need to be better, and we need to keep improving, but we know what's required, and that's why you won't get like the panicky. I'm like different 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. We know what we need to do. Tough test, going to be tough without Jack Bainbridge. We're not bare bones. The squad looks lighter than it is because of the 7 subs. So, but we are going to be in and around that 15-16 while we've got Bainbridge suspended, Zanzala out, Piers out, Murray out. They're the significant players. But we'll put something together. We'll be working on that straight away. Tough test, and we just need to be better. But have to be really calm, really real. It was never going to be we just pick up where we left off. We wanted more points, and like I mentioned about fine margins, if we do win that game tonight, how many teams have had 6 points? If we get a point on Saturday on top of that, you go, wow, what a start. The margins in the opening games are so small. But keep improving performance levels, results with that come. No panics, and just trying some of the stuff that you can't help and you can't affect, just need to ignore and try and crack on with the job at hand, which is getting us as high up the league after 46 games as we can. See where that takes us.
Let's go.
Thank you.